Pass Around the Smile is like your go-to friend, the one that lifts you up and backs you till the end. She's there to guide and inspire, challenge and teach, and remind you that your best self isn't out of reach. Self-development, manifestation, self-love and more, it's time to trust the process more than ever before. Welcome to Pass Around the Smile, the podcast. I'm your host, Cleo Massey, and I am so glad you're here. Let the magic begin. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pass Around the Smile podcast. This is the first episode of my 4-part series, Make It More Than a Dream, a manifestation challenge by Pass Around the Smile. I really like that name. It really excites me. Make it more than a dream. I hope you guys feel excited to come along this 4 weeks with me. I want it to be transformational. I want it to be inspirational. I want you to have fun, and I want you most of all to see and feel results. Guys, I don't know if you can hear, there is a dog barking across the road consistently. There are birds chirping, and the house across the canal is renovating, and they've been renovating for so long. Now they're building a jetty. And I just feel like every time I go to record, there are all these noises, and it makes me feel like I'm giving you guys an unprofessional podcast. But I just Indigo's at kindy. I record today or I don't, and I'd rather give you an episode than not. So please ignore the outside noise if you can hear it. But no, welcome to this new exciting series. Get involved. I want you to give this 4 weeks your everything. So a little overview of what you can expect. There are going to be 4 episodes dropping weekly in the next 4 weeks. I'll drop the episode every Saturday morning. I don't know about you, but I do a lot of self-spiritual development work, my card readings, my journalings. I do my journalings on weekends. So that's why I like to drop my episodes on Saturday mornings when I can. So this course will always be dropped on Saturday mornings for those of you who want to get stuck in on the weekend. It really allows you to have a really exciting and clear week, I think, when you, especially Sunday afternoon, if you allow yourself to go on a walk, and you might do my walking meditation, or if you do a card reading, some meditation, you might have a bath and listen to some calming music and make it a full ritual for yourself. Of course, listen to this podcast series to get you in a really excited headspace for the week. It makes the week feel so much easier and so much more exciting. So much more exciting because I bet you'll actually find that you are manifesting things as you go through this course, because the exciting thing about, I say course, but series, I guess it is a course, which honestly, I've put a lot of work into this, so it is kind of crazy that it's a free course, but this is I'm just so excited to share it all with you. And there are some optional extras that you can purchase. I'll let you know about those. But yeah, I'm really excited because the work that we are doing each week here, I am certain that it's going to bring those aha moments, those little ideas that may just nudge things in your life just a little bit, move the puzzle piece, and it can allow everything to click into place. It doesn't have to be a huge process, I guess, to get to where you want to be. It can be one tiny thought, one realization away from everything unfolding for you. And this is what I want this course to bring to you. Again, course, series, whatever you want to call it. Make it more than a dream, we'll call it, because we are going to make your desires, your dreams, we're going to make them more than a dream. We are going to make them your reality. Why not grab them? You have this life. You've been given this life. I'm going to give you the tools that I know works. I have used the law of attraction so many times in my life to manifest things so specifically that I have no choice but to know and believe 1,000,000% that I created that thing into my physical reality. It's so magical. It's so exciting. Yes, the law of attraction and manifestation can seem woo-woo, and sometimes when we're having a bad day, it can seem way too good to be true. But there is so much science that backs the power of positive thinking, that backs the law of attraction. And we'll get into all of this. So this course is kind of a refreshed take on my steps, which you guys will have heard before. And if you haven't heard before, you might want to go all the way back to the start of my podcast and listen to those steps so you can kind of grow on this manifestation journey with me, see what changes. Because every time the law of attraction doesn't seem to work for me, I deconstruct it and I work out exactly why it didn't work for me. So I actually personally haven't been manifesting for about 2 years, like actively manifesting. I have been working toward my goals, yes, which are manifestations essentially, but I've been doing them in a really calm, relaxed manner. I approach what I want, I have in the last 2 years, with if this happens, I'm enjoying the process and that's great. If it doesn't, my energy and my love was when I was pregnant, I was focused on just getting through it because I was so sick. And then, of course, when I had Indigo, I was focused on being a new mum, and that was the most important thing to me. And I have no regrets of that being my number one, of course. But it means now I'm at a point where I'm like, I actually haven't actively manifested something in so long. There has been things here and there along that 2 years that have manifested so beautifully. And I think a lot of that is actually because I wasn't putting too much importance and pressure on manifesting something. I was essentially just, doing things out of enjoyment, and then that enjoyment is almost rewarded from the universe because I'm vibrating high and I'm not so attached to achieving an outcome that it actually does just manifest. And this is another goal of mine through this series, is I want to encourage you that you can manifest so easily and so quickly. It is just a matter of your energy matching the energy of what your desire is sitting on, the frequency of your desire. It really is that simple, but of course we are humans. We have limiting beliefs, we have fears, we have blocks. Real life gets in the way, real negativity can get in the way, but we also have a choice, and that choice can be exciting, refreshing, and empowering. And I am here to help you make better choices so that you can manifest what it is that you want, so that you can make it more than just a dream. So personally, I'm really excited because I'm really excited to start actively manifesting things again. I want to get into that really magical mindset where I'm like, I created that. I visualized it, I created it in my mind, and here it is in my reality. And we all know that if we can manifest one thing, that one thing is the same as everything else in this world. So I want you to understand how powerful your mind is. And I'm going on such a tangent now. I'll quickly explain the series that we've got coming up. So week 1, obviously, today is Clarity is Power. And your extra resource, if you want to go deeper, if you want interactive exercises and tools that are going to help you really, really give it your best shot, if you want to just go, 4 weeks, I'm all in. Now, I have kept these extras so cheap, it's not even funny. Like the actual series in itself that is going to be on my podcast is completely free, and I have packed so much information into all these episodes. But these optional extras are really going to help you actually go in and do the physical work, the real work, and create the change. And literally like today's little optional extra, which I will put the link in the show notes, is a workbook. So it's a workbook that you can download, you can print it, or you can just have it on your phone or your laptop or your iPad. You can follow along. It will have a detailed overview of every week and what every step actually means, so that you can go back as well. Some of you might learn better from like actually reading something and then being able to scribble on it, write notes. Within this workbook every week, as I said, you'll have an overview. You will then have inspired, actionable steps that you can take. You will then have journal prompts that directly relate to whatever the week is. You will then have inspiring quotes, because who doesn't love, in the Pass Around the Smile community, my smileys, who doesn't love an inspiring quote? So there will be inspiring quotes which again directly relate to the exact step that we were working on during that week. Then there will be real life examples from me, because personally I learn best from real life examples. I can tell you something like a story or talk about the theory of a step, but it might not click for you until I tell you a real life example because then you're like, oh, that's how I can integrate it into my life. So in the workbook, you'll have real life examples from me. So that's kind of the workbook that you can download today. You can go along the whole 4 weeks and really just give yourself the best shot of making this course the best that it can be for you and really giving yourself a real shot, honoring yourself by doing the work. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable here and there, but most of this series is just going to be really enlightening and exciting. And the workbook is $4.99. Like, it's literally less than your morning coffee, way less than your morning juice. See, I'm a juice girl. The orange juice at the moment, I tell you what, $9.50 I paid the other day. But hey, we love money. Money's energy. Money is energy. It comes and it goes and it flows. And I love that I have $9.50 to spend on my orange juice. Thank you, universe. More, please. Anyway, so $4.99 to download this workbook. Let's move into week 2. So week 2 is Ask It Like You Mean It. That's going to be a really powerful episode. And in week 2, you will have a mindful coloring in little booklet, which will have 10 of my oracle cards that you can color in. Now, this is, I've done this to serve as like a really beautiful, mindful activity that you can do to distract yourself when the limiting beliefs are coming in, when the fears are coming in, when the blocks are popping up and you're like, this isn't working, I'm freaking out, or you're trying to control your desire because you're wondering why it hasn't manifested into your reality yet. This is going to serve as the little escape that you go and you do some mindful coloring in on a beautiful little A4 oracle card. You can print them at home yourself. And yeah, I just want it to serve as like an activity where you disconnect, you let go. You're not allowed your phone. You're not allowed your phone when you're coloring in. You're allowed music or just go outside. Like, just yeah, I'm personally so excited. I love coloring in, and the fact that I can now color in my own oracle cards and even just let the message sink in and let the beautiful imagery sink in while I'm drawing and visualizing what it is that I'm wanting to manifest. I just think it will be really great. Again, $4.99. $4.99. Ridiculous. I know, but it's great. Okay, so week 3, align and allow. This is going to be the most exciting week. And I know it, because this is when we get into the real manifestation stuff, like the real exciting, we are manifesting, baby. Like, we're visualizing, we're creating it. Now, I'm really excited about what I have for you in week 3. It is going to be now I haven't actually recorded it yet. I've planned it and I've written it, but I don't know exactly how long it will be, but it will be around 20 minutes. It's going to be like a 20-minute soundtrack that you pop in your ears, and it serves as a manifestation ritual soundtrack, let's say. It will have a guided meditation by me, which you will do. It will then flow into beautiful music and journal prompts, which I will speak to you and you will do in real time. You will answer, and then my voice will come back into your ears. When we're done, we'll move on to the next one. Then it will have just beautiful music to allow you to like let it all sink in, to think. I'll ask you different questions. It'll just take you through. It'll be like a 20-minute thing that you pop in the ears that you go, I'm going to give myself 20 minutes now. Not only is it a meditation, not only is it going to, give me the journal prompts that are actually powerful, not only is it going to let me just to be and just relax, but it's going to just really help bring in all of the learnings from this course, and I'm so excited. Look, I don't know how long this is going to take me yet, so it might be the same cost. It might be $4.99 or it might be like $8. It's going to, whatever it is, it'll be like cheap. It'll be $10 or under, but I'm kind of doing this as we go. And then week 4 is receive with gratitude. Again, a really, really exciting week because we're talking about gratitude, and this will be a live podcast recording. I can have 100 people on this live with me. If you are on the live with me, you get to ask questions in real time and I will answer them in real time as well. So as we get closer, just keep in contact during this series, guys. Whether it's through my Instagram, my Facebook community, or the Instagram actual broadcast channel, make sure you're subscribed to passaroundthesmile.com, and let's keep talking. Let's communicate. Let's lift each other up. Ask any questions. Did I miss something? Did I rush over something? Ask me. I will answer everything in the community chats. All the links are in the show notes. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no silly questions, or please share the experiences that you are having through this series. Let's come together as the smileys. Let's support each other. Let's lift each other up, and let's let it be magical. So let's get into week one. Week one, clarity is power. Okay, so why is clarity power? Clarity is power because when we are clear in our minds, when we can see forward without the fog of anxiety, the fog of self-doubt, the fog of fear, the fog of outside expectations, when we can see clearly past all of that, when we move that out of our vision, we are moving forward at the perfect pace for us. We are not looking sideways. We are not comparing. We are not reaching and chasing for something that is outside of our lens, of our focus, of what it is that we genuinely desire. So often we will desire something that is essentially for someone else, whether we are trying to prove that thing to someone else or whether we are trying to do that thing because society says we should, because someone on social media, like they do that thing or they got that thing and it seems to make them really happy. Whether it's something that your friends suggested or your parents expect, very often we will create goals for other people. When we have clarity, we create goals for us. We are able to tune into our heart and listen to the answers because they are always there. It can be very easy to fall into a trap where you completely believe that the answer is not within you, and we look outside for the answers. Because there's so much noise at the moment, not just at the moment, just with the way that the world is and has been for the last few years, we are so busy. We're rushing from place to place. The minute we are free, we're scrolling on our phones. We are filling every moment with social things, with exercise, with work, whatever it is, cleaning. We don't often just stop to be. When we stop to be, we allow clarity to enter in. But what we also miss is signs, synchronicities, coincidences that the universe, your powers, whoever you believe in, your angels are sending us. Because when we are rushing, when we're moving forward, when we're looking at other people instead of focusing in on what really matters, which is us and what we want, we lose track of all of that, which creates the anxiety, which creates the fear, which creates the self-doubt. It's a flow-on effect. When you are unclear and lacking clarity, I really feel like we give our power away as well. And I think this is a really important part of this step. We give our power away to society, to other people who are putting the pressure on us or are holding these expectations. We give our power away simply to rushing or simply to the TV or simply to our phones from scrolling. Why is it okay to give our beautiful power away? Our power that makes us us. Our power is connected to our higher power. You know, that higher power, that version of you who is all-encompassing, who is completely clear, focused, who knows exactly what you were put on this earth to do, who knows exactly how to react, who knows exactly how to speak with kindness and empathy, but setting boundaries and being strong at the same time. There is that version of you that is within you and that is available to you all of the time. Personally, I really struggle connecting with my higher power. When I do through meditation, it feels really, really good. I actually shared a YouTube meditation in my broadcast. It's called Pass Around the Smiles Magic, or Cleo's Magical Community on Pass Around the Smile in my bio. You can click it and you can join it. I shared it a couple of weeks ago, and it's this YouTube meditation to connect with your higher power. Maybe I should write one myself, but it's really quite hard to do. But when you do it, when you're able to quiet your mind and really connect with that higher version of yourself, wow, clarity becomes available to you very quickly. And this is what's exciting. It can happen very quickly. But again, often we are clouded by things that are happening in our reality, which we struggle to shut off or pretend that aren't there. But like I said, giving away your power, what that does is it says to the universe, I'm not worthy of this power that I hold. I'm not worthy, so I'm going to give it away so I have less of it. When I have less of it, I am not able to manifest my desires. Why? Because you cannot Manifest your desires successfully without clarity. What happens when you are, let's say you're just like, oh, I'm just going to manifest anyway because I really want to manifest, this certain job, let's say, but you haven't gained the clarity yet. So you're feeling really clouded. You're feeling pulled here, pulled there. A sign, like some signs that you might be lacking clarity is that you might change your mind often. You might have a million goals and actually not be able to understand which of those goals would actually genuinely make you happy. There are a couple of telltales, is that what you say? Sure. That maybe you are, not maybe, that you are definitely lacking clarity. Now, you can have clarity in some areas of your life and not in other areas of your life. Like, for example, I have a lot of clarity in my marriage. I have a great marriage. We, are great communicators. We love each other. We know exactly what we both want, what we both need. But then let's say I'm lacking clarity at the moment. Well, actually, not at the moment. A few months ago, I was lacking clarity within Pass Around the Smile. I did not know which direction I needed to take. I did not know which was my next best step. I was so clouded by the pressure to be better always and to one up myself. I was stuck in comparison. And what I found was I was trying to understand what the next step was, but I actually couldn't articulate it. I couldn't put my thoughts all into order to understand what actually would help me until I started to slow down and gain clarity. And what happened when I did slow down, when I took mindful moments, when I did my meditations, when I was asking my cards specific questions, the clarity came so quickly. And then it was obvious to me. It was so obvious what my next steps were. And you know what the biggest thing that melted away was comparison and was this desire to impress other people. The only person that we have to impress is ourselves. And when I got really comfortable in that, it just became so clear to me what I needed to do. I now have such a clear idea on where Pass Around the Smile is headed. What that brings is so much inspiration, is so much motivation, and I feel so dedicated to my mission now because I know exactly what it is. How can we be dedicated? How can we be inspired and motivated if we don't know how to start in the first place? Or if we're like, oh, I'll just start here because that's what other people did. Or I'll just start here because that's what Google says to do. What feels right for you? What do you genuinely want to do? What do you genuinely need to make yourself happy? Now, when I'm talking about gaining clarity, right? I'm not talking about gaining clarity so specifically that you have to know exactly the step and goal that it is to bring the complete amount of fulfillment and closure that you could ever have, whether it's through love, friendships, business, whatever. Because we don't want to, within manifestation, I talk about this a lot, we don't want to be so specifically attached to one outcome, because then we block the universe from allowing other beautiful possibilities to come on in. However, when I'm talking about clarity, I'm talking about freeing space in your mind so you actually allow the universe to begin to co-create with you. When you get clear, you send a really strong message to the universe that I am ready, that I am ready to receive, that I am ready to move forward, that I'm ready to take inspired action. Now, I don't want to sound contradicting here because I know just before with my example, I said, with Pass Around the Smile, I was so unclear, I was so clouded, I was here, there, and everywhere. I did not know what the next best step to take was. But now I so know, I know exactly where I'm going, exactly what I want. Yes, but the end result, the manifestation in itself is open. These are all little steps that I'm taking because they feel aligned, because they feel on purpose, because they feel exciting. And yes, it's hard work. Don't get me wrong. I'm working really hard at the moment, passionately hard. I really don't believe in hustle and grind anymore. I really don't. I just personally, for me, there is so much more important things in life. And from slowing down and being so present with my family, I am enjoying life so much more It's crazy. Everything is flowing so better. And I know that from gaining this clarity, I think came from slowing down and being present as well. So that's kind of, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. We are just talking about clarity and how clarity is power right now. You know what? I'm so passionate with my smileys. I'm so passionate about doing the real work. This step, clarity, is often overlooked. Why? I think because it's one of those things where it's like if someone said to you, do you feel clear? Do you feel clear in your head? Do you know what it is that you want? And the answer might be yeah, the answer might be absolutely not. But all in all, it's one of those questions that we just kind of answer and move on, or we think, oh yeah, maybe I should go to the beach and breathe, or maybe I should do a meditation. Oh, but I'll quickly cook dinner and then I'll quickly get the kids ready and then I'll do that. Or I'll just go to this exercise class first though, because, physical movement is more important than mindset movement. That didn't really work, but do you know what I mean? I think we put so much importance on, like, say, cleaning our physical space or moving our body because it's going to give us results of like looking better. Of course, exercising makes us feel better in our mind as well, but often we'll move the act of meditation and journaling to gain that clarity because it doesn't feel as important. And we're not going to get we think we're not going to get the direct result straight away, but actually you could probably get it faster than all of the other things. But I think we push it aside because we're like, it's not a huge problem because you can't see it and feel it. Let's say you are feeling really, really messy and disconnected and there are a whole heap of kind of negative things spiraling in your life, or you're really not excelling in your career, or you haven't met the love of your life yet, and that's really what you want. You might just push aside this question of, are you clear? Do you have clarity? And blame it on something else. But I really do believe that clarity is a very important first step, and it goes hand in hand with the step of focus, which is kind of my old first manifestation step. We need to get so clear and we need to get so focused from the bottom to work up to allow our manifestations to actually materialize. It just won't happen if you don't get clear and if you aren't focused on you, on who you are, on honoring your worth, on honoring who you are, going, I deserve to feel clear. Because honestly, feeling clear is a really, really great and freeing feeling. I'm feeling really free within Pass Around the Smile now, and I haven't for a long time. And it's because I have so much clarity, and that clarity is very purpose driven. And I want this for all you guys too, and you can get it. So why is clarity the first step in manifestation? Well, in these refreshed steps of my personal manifestation method, it's because you can't receive what you want if you don't know what it is. Again, we don't need to be so specifically attached to the one desire, but you do need an idea of what it is that you want. And by understanding what it is that you want and by proclaiming it to the universe or your friends or your journal, you're saying, I deserve this because I'm bloody amazing. And that you are. Another reason as to why it's the first step is vague desires create vague results. You don't want vague results, so you need to be strong and clear in your desires. Now, I know I touched on this a little bit before, but I think it's a really good topic, and it's signs that you might not be as clear as you think you might be, or because it can be hard to kind of identify. And again, like I said before, it can be one of those things that we just push aside, that we're like, no, I'm clear, I'm fine, I know what I want. But a lot of the times we know what we want. If you're not watching the video, I'm doing the little bunny ears there. We think we know what we want, but often there is so many other things that are available to us and that are way more right for us. But we are blocked by fear, or we are just blocked by ignorance. I was blocked by ignorance for so long because I was like, that is not what I want. That is not what I need. And it didn't serve my ego at that time. My ego was like, no, I want the lead role in a series because I've worked so hard for this. I want to prove to myself I can do it. I want to prove to other people that I can do it. My ego was overpowering my understanding of my own clarity. Like, I had no clarity, but I would have told you at the time, I have clarity. I know exactly what it is that I want. But what I wanted, I did not want it for the right reasons. And that is why it was not manifesting into my reality. And it's so clear to me now, but I look back and I was so frustrated. I thought the law of attraction was against me. I thought the universe hated me. But no, I had no clarity, but I thought I did. So let me ask you these questions. Do you keep changing your mind on what it is that you want? Are you swayed by other people's opinions or suggestions? Are you chasing validation or approval? 3 things that I was doing for many, many years, and there's nothing wrong with it. We're human. If you are having a realization now that you are doing these things or one of these things, do you know how powerful that is? Do you know you have already gained so much clarity just from understanding that you don't have clarity? Because so many people will move through their lives not actually understanding that they have no clarity. They will just pretend that they have clarity because they can't be bothered to do the real work. Hard truth, but it's true. It's true. Okay, so clarity in really small decisions can build really big momentum. This, again, is what I love so much about this work. I hope you guys can feel how freaking excited I am about this series because I'm really excited. I'm excited because I'm going to do it with you guys, and we're going to create change. Please get in touch. Let's talk to each other. Let's make this a thing. Let's make this really exciting, Give it your all. If you give it your all, who knows where you might be in 4 weeks? Actually, who knows where you might be just after listening to this or getting the workbook and doing week 1? This is the thing. Things can change so quickly. So what I'm saying is these small decisions, these small aha moments, they're actually not small in the scheme of things. They're actually quite huge because they are building you into the person that is where you want to be. So it's building you into that future version of you who has the car, who has the person, who has the beautiful puppy dog, who has whatever it is that you want to attract, because you can attract whatever it is that you want. So you really want to look at little things, again, not really little things, but right now in your life, where are you spending your time? Who are you giving your energy? Are you setting clear boundaries that feel right for you? Sure, it might be uncomfortable to do so, but it's what we have to do to honor our self-worth. What energizes you versus what drains you? So doing a little look over everything and understanding, simply where is your energy going and where do you want it to go? Because so often we're giving away so much of our energy when it should be spent on us. Bringing in that clarity. When we have that clarity, we are unstoppable. Once we gain clarity, the reticular activating system helps us out. Now, what is the reticular activating system? I'm going to start calling it the RAS because it is a mouthful to say. The RAS is a part of our brain which, to be honest, it really works in with the law of attraction. I don't know if it's right to say it's a scientific way of talking about the law of attraction. I don't know, but it sounds like it. It sounds smart. Anyway, I really like the premise around the RAS because what it does is that it shows us more, it gives us evidence of what we believe. So that can work if we believe that, or if we are thinking about, an example that a lot of people talk about is just a red car because it's simple. If you are in the market for a red car, you will start seeing red cars everywhere. That is your reticular activating system showing you the evidence that here are the red cars, they're available to you. And essentially in those moments, the RAS is helping you manifest this into your life. I'm not explaining it too well. But another example is, let's say that you believe that you are not smart enough for this job that you are going for. The RAS will show you all of the reasons, give you all of the evidence to support your belief that you are not smart enough. So the RAS can work in your favor and it can work against you. So of course, we want to believe that we're smart enough. And once we train our mind to believe that we are smart enough, the RAS will show us all of the evidence, all of the reasons to support why we are smart enough, why we are capable enough for that role. When we have clarity, the RAS will work with us. When we are clouded with what it is that we want, the RAS is like, I don't know what to show you. I don't know what to feed you. I can't help you. So allow yourself to be helped. Allow yourself to be supported. How? By gaining clarity. Clarity is power. So we'll wrap up soon because I don't want it to be too overwhelming, give you too much information. And remember, guys, you can come back to this episode as many times as you want. And you will also have the option of the workbook, which will have an overview of what we talked about today, but so much more in like actionable steps of what you can do, the journal prompts, all of that for every week, of course. Now, I think we all may have a little bit of a fear on getting clear sometimes, especially when it is around something that we are struggling to manifest. Now, why would we have a fear on getting clear? Because often getting clear means letting go of something. It means change. It means facing uncomfortable feelings. But this is the real work that creates the real change. Now, clarity, remember, does not mean control. Clarity is not control because we want to let go of the control. We want to surrender, and we'll get to that in the coming weeks. But clarity is being clear on the what. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to feel? But letting go of the how. That will come. That will become clear to you. The RAS will support you in getting aligned with what it is that you want, what is aligned with your values and beliefs. It will show you more of that. It will bring these opportunities, these synchronicities into your line of vision so you can take them and use them. You are supported if you believe you are. If you are open, if you are present, if you are actually allowing yourself to be and see what is happening, then it'll come. Trust and allow. I think we'll finish up there. I think we've talked about a lot. I really want to hone in how important clarity is, and I think I have. But yeah, as I said, let's get excited for this little series. Let's do it together. Please give it your all. The series, of course, is free. You do not have to get the optional extras, but as I said, they are very, very cheap, and they will really help you give your all to this series. Let's get connected. All the links are in the show notes. I'm so excited. I'm really excited, guys. And I hope you are too. Thank you for listening to another Pass Around the Smile episode. Remember to like and subscribe and follow on Spotify, review on Apple, do all the things because it really genuinely helps me keep creating more content. I will see you for week 2, which is Ask It Like You Mean It.